We start off every national championship, conference championship with the 4x100m relay. There are the records. LSU with that collegiate record from 2 years ago. The Florida Gators have the meet record from 6 years ago, and Auburn, the best team in the country in 2025. And they are in this final in lane 6. Their quartet was there on the side of your screen. Azim Fahmy will be the leadoff runner for Auburn, with Maka Charamba anchoring. South Florida right next to them on their outside. There is their personnel with Saminu on the anchor.
And the 200-meter specialist for South Florida, he'll go second leg, that long back straight, Jalil Kroll. And here's the Big Ten champ. These guys took down USC, Southern Cal at the Big Ten championships. And I got a chance to talk to the coaches of the 3 teams that we just saw, Minnesota, Auburn, and South Florida. The one thing they all have in common, over the last, almost this entire outdoor season, they've run the same quartet. I talked to the Minnesota coach. He said this team was put together and decided clear back in December. It's all about consistency. It's all about getting that baton around. Talked to Ken Harden at Auburn. He made a change mid-season. He put in Israel Okon for Dario Matau, but that only lasted 1 week, and Dario Matau was back in the lineup. This is the lineup that they have been running so well in, and they became the collegiate leader, dipping under 38 flat in the semifinals. Azim Fahmy has led off this team all season long.
Also watch for Tennessee in lane 5, right in the midst of those other 3 teams we mentioned. Auburn with the best time in the country. Let's see if they can snatch the title here. Fahmy with a little bit of encroach on the stagger to the outside, and a great backstretch run by Ajayi of Auburn. Tough pass there, that second pass. Minnesota now getting into the mix. South Florida is well back. Auburn passes first, but there's Minnesota. Minnesota in 4, Auburn in 6. It's going to be Auburn. 38-34 unofficially, but the time is inconsequential. It's the 10 points. And the national title is what matters to Coach Leroy Burrell, and defending the title from last season.
Well, the last time we had back-to-back champions was clear back in 2017 and 2018. And who was the head coach of that Houston team? That was Leroy Burrell. And Auburn, they definitely were a little bit crisp and a little bit cleaner in the semifinal. But you're absolutely right, Dwight. Doesn't matter how you do it. Get to the line first. There you see South Florida in the black uniform. Auburn, white tops, orange bottoms. Nice, solid handoff from me to Ajayi. Ajayi runs that back straight really well. We'll get a chance to see him. He was the fastest qualifier in the 100 meters. But they gave up some ground. But here is where South Florida gave up a couple of missed hand passes there. But that's the 3rd leg of Dario Matau. Now all he has to do is give it to the big guy, and it was not a super clean pass for Auburn, and really close to the ends of the exchange zone. But look at USC. That's Caleb for USC coming up on the outside for second place for the Trojans. Well, Minnesota was in there as well, and I thought, can Charamba hold off the Minnesota runner? But watch the Minnesota there in the middle. Golden Gopher pulls up right there 20 meters to the end. But Maka Charamba and this Auburn team has done it again.
And Minnesota was really gaining ground, and their anchor, Divine Augustine, caught a cramp or a strain or something, but Auburn Tigers, they win it over the Trojans, and LSU always there, but not the winner. Auburn, 10 points, and the team is downstairs with John.
I do have the entire team here, but I don't think I have 38.33 seconds to talk to everybody. So I'm going to start with you because, Dario, 3rd leg, you hand off the champ. You got in good position. Tell me about your leg to get it into the best position to hand off to the anchor.
I mean, Ajayi gave me the baton. I looked up. I could see LSU. I could see USC. You know, it's all about running down that leg, closing that gap because it's the stagger. And I know if I'm right next to them, then I'm ahead of them. And from that, you know, I hit the zone, wait for him to pick up his hand, and I give him the stick. And I know no one's running him down, so, you know.
Tell me how this 100 meters, the last one when you get it in a handoff, is different from the open 100 meters.
I mean, these three guys trust me to bring the stick home, so once I get the stick, I just enter in beast mode, and nobody's going to catch me because I feel like I can use my height to my advantage, and that's what happened.
Beast mode. Real quick, show me the stick work. Just pass it around. Just here and then here. Let's go. Ready? Let's go.
Yes! Ooh! Ooh! Hey! Ooh! Hey!
Winner, winner, chicken dinner, Dwight.
All right, John. All right, Auburn off to a great start.